Five things you should never say in any job interview if you want to be successful. Are you a student who is actually preparing for your first ever interview, or you have work experience, you want to move into a different career and looking forward for your next upcoming interview? These things what I'm sharing with you are very important, and it's a big no-no in any interview. But before we go deep into it, show real, hit it. I really want to ask one question to you guys. We'll break down a step-by-step process You see, I always refer this particular interview call or interview meeting as an investor meeting. You must be thinking why? It's very simple. You are looking for a company where you can invest your next few years of your time, and company is looking for somebody to invest in themselves and get the output they're looking at. So it's potentially one of the most important investor meeting. And why am I sharing with you right now? The moment you have this perspective, what I'm going to share with you will become most obvious, right? Those big no-nos are very easy to understand. Stick around till the end, because every single thing that I'm sharing is literally could be a make or break in your upcoming interview. And that brings me to the first and foremost thing is don't go into an interview call or a meeting just blinded. What do I mean by that, right? So it's very simple. You actually spend your time as if you're investing next 3 years into a company. Literally, and when I'm saying maybe consider that you are investing that $100,000 for next 3 years into a company, and what kind of information you would like to know. Naturally, what kind of things you want to know. What kind of projects are they doing? Are they really doing well? Are they actually growing or not? These are all the information when you check if you want to invest in a company, isn't it? The same thing should be done even if you're going for an interview call. Because the moment you go blinded and you start saying, what are the company plans? That's it. No, that's a big no-no. Probably the moment you say it, the employer knows that you didn't put enough time to understand what is the company all about. So make sure to prepare enough and understand about the company and the projects, whatever information as much as possible, especially relevant to your particular position that is open there. Let's go to the second one. Don't give any statements without having any backup. So you must be thinking, what do I mean by that? So when most of the time I hear about people saying that, I interviewed people literally from Canada to Korea, and this is one of the most common things. People say, I'm a self-starter, or people say, I'm a leader. So when you give such information without having the backup, what do I mean by backup is any results that are followed by, or probably how did you become that particular special or nominated for an award in the company, is something which will give a credential to the employer for them to understand, the moment you say it, the employer will naturally understand, yes, you are a leader, you are a self-starter who actually went ahead and looked into organizations, one of the challenges. So, the moment the mind starts thinking about leader, you should actually start focusing on the information, what made you to become leader. Let's see the third one. And this is kind of funny as much as it is really important. And I see this as one of the biggest problem where if you mention this, that could be one of the last serious questions that you might face in that interview. And that's many of the people come out and say that, I don't have any weaknesses. And let's be really honest. It is impossible that you don't have any weaknesses. Only because you're fearful of, can I expose or not? Or lack of preparation make you to say that particular thing in the interview. But rather prepare for it. Make it constructive. Make sure to answer the question in a way that you're able to give some information and what you're doing about it. If you're saying, hey, I don't know this particular skill, mention that. But make sure you're actually giving them a kind of constructive phase where, but I'm actually working on it in so and so direction. I'm attending such course, but never ever mention that I don't have any weaknesses, because pretty much in my interviews, if somebody says they don't have any weaknesses, that's a big label. I'm almost kind of understanding that they don't want to be transparent. And that brings me to the fourth one, which is kind of very tricky. This can be possible for based on your mindset on that particular day, or probably based on what is your past experience. Never show desperation. Don't say that I'm ready to do anything, sweeping the floor to doing the programming. It's never ever going to work in your interview if you mention something like that. Because an employer is looking for somebody with a very clear vision. When they're on the interview table, they have very clear understanding of what they want from you. So if you are not clear about what you're going to contribute, that's going to have total inequality, right? And that automatically takes you out of the game. And then the fifth one, I cannot insist the importance of this. And this can be any part of the conversation about bad mouth. Because I see many people when they kind of start talking about the previous company or previous boss, and they start telling, that guy is nuts, or this company really don't care about the clients, or they don't care about the employees. Possibly that may be true, but the way that you present it makes a huge difference. If at all that is really true and you still want to convey, find out an appropriate way to actually convey it. Say like if you're really talking about your company was not caring for employees, you can say that, see, I have really worked hard, these are my results, but somehow I want to really do more. I want to grow into much bigger position. When I really saw the opportunity with your company, I felt this is something I can come out and then really put myself and then grow. See how does it go? The moment you change the same information you're conveying, but then you're actually giving it without having that negativity in the whole structure. And the employers will love it. And these 5 things that I shared with you must be a big no-no. Now you must be thinking, how do I make sure? Prepare, prepare, and prepare. Because it is very clearly evident. If you're not preparing enough, that only shows me as an employer that you're not interested. So as it goes, if you're not interested in me, I need not be interested in you. Especially when it comes to any employment relation. This is how it exactly works. Now, I wish every one of you massive success by implementing these 5 big no-nos. And also there are other videos where I share more in detail how you can actually kind of answer how to introduce yourself and some of the other interview techniques. And make sure to actually share your feedback on what kind of results you receive when you implement these techniques, because that can be really helpful for somebody else. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like or leave any comment on what are your thoughts, views, or any questions you may have. But if you're tuning into the channel for the first time, remember to click the subscriber button and also ring the bell next to it, because we upload one video every single day for you in business, lifestyle, careers, and spirituality. And I'll see you in the next video.